Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Baby to Sleep. I know it's been a few days since I put a post up, did a video, and there's a reason for that. It's been a rough few days, should I say. So, first off, before I actually start telling you what's actually going on, I need to obviously put a caveat out there and explain that, do you know what, we have children. We have real life children that throw us curveballs, that don't necessarily conform to what we'd like them to do when we want them to do it. We have, as parents, our own personal battles that we have, that we may need to try and conquer, that get in the way of things as well, and, you know, make us struggle with our emotions a little bit more sometimes. So when our children do something that we are not necessarily on board with, it might trigger us in a way that we might not expect. Yeah, the reason I'm saying this is we've literally the last few days have been extremely difficult with Alyssia, and I've done things that I would not normally do, if I'm completely honest, and I think that's the bit that I'm struggling with. And it's really hard for me to say because, okay, yes, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to sleep. I know what to suggest to people to help them manage their emotions, to help them deal with tricky situations. But when it's yourself and you're in it, and this will be the same for all of you, it doesn't matter how much you know about something, how much you know how to actually deal with things. When your emotions hit a certain level, it can be very difficult to come down from that. And if your personal situation requires certain things to not be as difficult as they are, that can also tip us a little bit over the edge as well. So I think this is actually quite a hard video, as you can probably tell because I'm waffling a bit, but this is quite a hard video for me to actually do because the reason I'm doing it is because I want you all to know that if you have been in this type of situation yourself, you're not alone and you are not a bad parent. It's just sometimes really, really difficult. So we've had three. To be fair, last night wasn't actually that difficult. It was the two previous nights were tough, and yesterday. And it's yesterday that really kind of gets me because we had our first nap refusal. So for anyone who's not sure what I'm actually waffling on about here, Alyssia is 22 months old. Less than a month ago, she was waking up multiple times in the night in a cot in the bedroom with me, breastfeeding through the night, and started climbing out of her cot. So we had to stop the breastfeeding, get her sleeping through the night, transition her to a toddler bed in her sister's room, and her sister is nearly 6. She's called Sophia and Alyssia is 22 months. So we've had a lot to do in a very short space of time. Just to give you a bit of an understanding as to where things actually are. My husband is actually an insomniac because of the severe sleep deprivation that we went through with Sophia and the journey that we ended up going on with her. Hence why I do what I do now, because of our journey. We've both been long-term affected by that sleep deprivation. I changed my career and my husband's now an insomniac. So, and I think he's a parasomniac as well. So it's like if he struggles to get to sleep, and once he's asleep, if he does wake up, then he can't get back to sleep. So he's been trying to get through on he went last week with like 72 hours with no sleep. So things are generally very difficult in our personal lives at the moment for things like that. So making sure he's getting some sleep is a very important factor. And as the partner of somebody who's struggling with sleep, and any of you with a partner that might have to get up for work, do lots of driving or whatever it might be, or even if it's just yourself, sometimes those feelings of concern for somebody else can take over and make how you deal with things be less than desirable or less than what you would choose them to be in an ideal world. So to be fair, we were I was kind of coping okay until the nap refusal yesterday, but we started off, oh God, it was weird. I've got to say, it was really weird. So it was Friday night, was it Friday night? No, because I did a video on Saturday, so it was Saturday night. And unusually, so I went to bed, and unusually from 11:45, she woke me up, then again another time, then again at 2:15. And it was really bizarre because Alyssia doesn't normally wake up that frequently. So I'm thinking, what's going on here? And she went down okay, sort of those 3 times. But then from 2:15, that was it. She was just having none of it. She was just not going back to sleep. And she wouldn't stay in her bed. Every time I thought she was asleep, she'd get up and she'd come around. And then the time when I went, enough. This took us till about 3:30, by the way. So from 2:15 till about 3:30, she was just dicking around. And eventually I went in thinking, right, come on, I'm going to take you into your cot now. I've told you, if you get out of bed one more time, you're going to get into your cot. Because this is what we've done. We've kind of left the cot up in my room because we've got to protect Sophia's sleep. She's so tired at the moment, like really, really tired. So we've got to protect her sleep as best I can. So the cot is still up in my room. Alyssia doesn't want to go to sleep in the cot. She wants to sleep in her bed and be a big girl. But at the end of the day, if she's not going to stay in her bed, we've got no choice but to remove her from that situation. So I went in to get her and I thought, where is she? She wasn't actually coming towards the door. She was just about to climb in Sophia's bed. I was like, no, not a chance, kid. Not a chance. Come on, cot, off we go. And then went to the cot, and she still woke up another couple of times that night, which was really unusual. So I was pretty much walking zombie the next day. It was just not good fun at all. And then Sunday, nap wise, she did go down for a nap, but it wasn't me that did it. What was it? Oh no, that was it on Saturday. That was it. What was it? Yes, she was at a party, so we're not sure if this might have been part of it. So we'd been at a party that day, and she didn't nap. She would not nap in her bed, and I was thinking, oh no, right, okay, this is not good. So she didn't nap in her bed. So this was day 2 of the nap attempt in a bed. Day 1 went not too bad actually. Day 2 not so great. So we had to go down for a car nap, which isn't ideal, but we had a birthday party to go to. So it's been a birthday party manic weekend. So we had a birthday party to go to, so it was very much a case of, right, she's got to get to sleep, so put her in there. So it could have just been, she only had like 45 minutes in the car, and then obviously crazy afternoon running around soft play. So I'm not sure if that was partly what had actually been causing the issues, because Sophia was actually up crying that night as well. Crying about having a sore throat and all these types of things. So it was just like, oh gosh, this is just not good at all. So yeah, so hence protecting Sophia's sleep. So it's just crazy. Anyway, so this was nap 2. Day 2, no nap in the bed, but we got one in the car. Day 3 nap. So again, I was at a birthday party again with Sophia that morning. So Dad was in charge. And he managed to get her down for a nap, but she was exhausted because obviously the night had been so bad for her. She was absolutely knackered. So we put her down for a nap about 11ish, and it only took her 10 minutes and she went to sleep. But again, she only had about an hour and 10, an hour and 15 minutes. So this was very much a case of, right, she needs to go to bed early. We put her down, and actually things looked like they were going to go okay. And I don't think it was too bad. I can't actually remember too much about it, but yeah, I don't think it was too bad. But she did end up having to come into the cot in the night again. I can't remember the times. It's all becoming a bit of a haze, to be honest, but it does that sometimes. Yesterday though, oh, well, that was the thing. That was the kicker for me. So she had been up for the day at about, what time was it? About 6, I think it was 6 o'clock, 6:30. And I thought, right, she's really ready for a nap. She's knackered, but she's going, no nap. And I'm going, no, really. I thought this is just because she doesn't want to go in a bed. She just wants to mess around. She didn't nap, and it was just, she wouldn't stay in a bed. My husband had loads of work to do. He's not been sleeping, and I'm going, this is the last thing we need right now, to be having a fight with a toddler about going for a nap. And she's never ever refused a nap. So I thought, she's going to go to sleep. There's no doubt she is going to go to sleep. I'm going to keep going with this, because normally, by the way, I wouldn't say to keep going. Normally I'd be kind of saying, if it doesn't work, take a break and then try again in a bit. But for me, at this moment, it's the first time it's happened, and I'm going, No, she's tired. She's going to go. She will go to sleep. There's no doubt she will. And she kept messing around, in and out of the bed, throwing things around. Sophia had taught her to jump on her bed. So she's like created a little obstacle course in the bedroom. So she gets to the end of Sophia's bed and she climbs on, then she gets onto the bed, then she does a big jump and then she dives to the other end of the bed under the tent. I'm like, she'd already cracked a red one the night before doing it with Sophia. And you're going, no. But she's done it once now, so she thinks this is it. And she's there, she's going, wake, wake, wake. And I'm like, no, not wake, sleep. She's going, wake, wake. And I'm going, you're just not getting this, are you, kid? I said, right, sweetheart, you're going to have to go in your cot. If you don't go to sleep, you're going to have to go in your cot. Did she scream? She screamed. It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. But it had got to the point where, because of and again, this is the thing where, for me, basically me and my husband, we have some like serious leftover trauma. If you've got a child that has been through a situation where they haven't slept before, the history has been quite bad, it does kind of scar you. And we've both got trauma from Sophia's bad sleep, a lot of what we went through in the first few years of her life. And from when she went into her bed, every nap had to be in the car. And she didn't go into her bed till she was about 2 years, 8 months, something like that. And it was just, so she didn't stop napping till she was nearly 4. So you can imagine what that was like, every day in the car just to get the nap, because she just would not nap in the bed. So for me, I'm going, this cannot be the case for Alyssia. It cannot be that way. She has to get used to napping in a bed. So I can't give up like we did the other day, where we had to take her out in the car to get the nap because we were going to a party. We've got to persist. She's got to know that if she doesn't go to sleep in the bed, we're going to go with the cot. I just don't know. And there was just a point where I was sat outside the room and she's just screaming, and I'm just sitting there and I'm going, this can't be happening. I've got 1,000,001 things I've got to get done in this nap, because, I can't do it tonight because I've got this to do, that to do, the other to do. And it's just, and my husband went, I can't believe you do this. I went, no, I can't. And it was awful. I mean, I was literally just there, and I just kept, I would keep popping into her and saying, come on, sweetheart, you've got to go to sleep. And she'd just scream and hit and everything else. So I'd go in and then she'd laugh at me. And I'm going, it's really quite hard, because that's not, it's not who I am. It's not what I advocate. It's not what I do. Hence why it's really bothered me. The fact, I'm sorry, I'm actually sweating now talking about this. It's a bit weird. It's really bothered me having done that and been able to sort of be outside the room and switch off to that and actually do some work while I'm sitting outside the room listening to her scream. It was really, really weird. So no, I know it happens to people. I thought I was over that. I thought I was better than that. But no, I'm not. What I will do though is I will be learning from that and saying that won't be happening again. But I think it was just the circumstances after a tough few days, the personal circumstances of our life as it is right now, just kind of built up to a point where it just felt like it was completely and utterly unmanageable. And it was, it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I wasn't expecting to get that nap refusal yesterday. It just didn't, it wasn't really even in my thought patterns. I hadn't thought about how I would deal with a nap refusal. I think this is probably where the shock elements come in as to how I've done it, because it just didn't seem like it was there. It didn't compute. So it's not something that's going to happen again, I can tell you that. But I'm more prepared now, I'm more planned, and I'm aware that it is actually a possibility that she might turn around and say, nah, not today. So I'm more planned for what to do. And to be fair, I should have thought about it sooner, because around 2, they do tend to do the whole nap refusal thing. We had 10 days of it with Sophia where she literally refused a nap every day for 10 days straight. And then it came back. So she's just done it a bit earlier. Luckily she's in nursery, and she'll nap at nursery because the kids just do. And she'll just follow the crowd. But it's just not a situation that I'm going to get in at home again with her. So we'll just have to come up with something else. But I don't want to be in a situation where she doesn't nap, so I'll go for the car drive and she becomes used to that, because that's not something we can do this time round. And also the cost of fuel now, you know, who can afford to do that? Who can afford to go driving for naps now? At like nearly £1.50 a litre. You just go, no, it's just not happening. Yeah, it's just not a thing. So that's something that I'm going to be prepared for. But what I did do is, she was in bed for 5:30 last night, fast asleep. So I just did the early to bed. So I think what I'll probably do in future is, if she doesn't go for the nap, if it's not looking like it's going to happen, I'll probably just break it, bring her downstairs, give her one more attempt. If that doesn't work, just kind of cut my losses and say, right, it's an early bedtime, which is what I used to do with Sophia. I'd give it a try. If it didn't work, I'd just go early to bed, kid. And that was just how it managed. So I think the shock factor, I think it was just one of them unexpected things where I didn't think that was going to happen. And I dealt with it in a way that I'm not proud of. And I won't be doing that again. So yeah, but yeah, she was flat out for 5:30. But then we had musical coughs last night between Sophia and Alyssia. So Sophia's coughing her head off, Alyssia's stirring in her sleep. Next thing you know, they're both, well, Sophia's down here crying, going, I need the toilet, I can't stop coughing. Alyssia's then awake, and then Alyssia starts with the cough, and it was just absolute manic. So then we've got Alyssia running around upstairs chasing me while I'm getting the baby Vicks and washing my hands and all these types of things. And we've got Sophia chasing Alyssia. Come on, Alyssia, back to bed. And I'm like, oh God, this is just a nightmare. So it was 11 o'clock last night. I went, sweetheart, Alyssia, darling, you're in the bed. You're just in the bed, darling. It's like you're in the cot. It ain't happening. We're not playing this game tonight. Sophia needs a sleep. You need your sleep. I'm not playing the bed game tonight. You're in the cot. And you know what? She went to sleep in the cot and she was fine. She woke about, I think she woke about 3, 4-ish or something, quick cuddle back in a cot. And then she woke at 5. I thought I'll give her a quick cuddle, put her back down, and she just kind of wanted to go on the bed. And I thought, I'm not fighting tonight. She could go in the bed, but I thought, I'm not doing the whole, I'm going to cuddle you while you go to sleep. So I just popped her on the bed, turned me back to her, and we both just went to sleep. So I thought, oh, that'll do. She's in our bed. She just doesn't see it as I'm not cuddling her or anything like that. She's gone to sleep, I've gone to sleep. And then she woke at 6, and that was it. Took her to nursery just gone 7, and she's napped for an hour and a half at nursery just over. So fingers crossed we're back on track. So tonight is a new night, and this is what you've always got to do. You've got to say, it's a fresh start. It's time to start something different. Time to start forgetting the crap that goes before. Mum guilt sucks. That will stick with me for a while yesterday, if not forever really, because it really wasn't a nice experience. But from a guilt perspective, it's one of them things where we can't let it drag us down, which is what tends to happen with mum guilt. It really does affect us in a negative way. So I've got to kind of go, it was an experience. It's one I'm not going to repeat. It's one that I don't want to have to repeat ever again. So here we go. It's time to move forward and learn from that rather than dwelling on it. And I think that is probably the key message. Learn from those mistakes. Don't dwell on them and let them become something bigger. And just go from there. So tonight is a fresh night. We're starting again. I won't be able to update you tomorrow because tomorrow I'm taking Sophia down to shoot a commercial just in the background. I've got roped into it myself. So we're just kind of in the background of stuff tomorrow, but I'll tell you more about that when it's all done. So tomorrow is a very, very busy day, and it's going to be a very, very long day for Alice here at nursery. So yeah, that might be a different results, but I'll let you know on Thursday how tonight and tomorrow go. It'll be very interesting. Feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can get the updates as and when I release the videos. And hop over to the website or to the online courses platform, and you can have a look at all the different support that I'm offering. We do online support, one-to-one support. One thing you will know, and you've probably gathered this if you watched any of my stuff, I get your story. I get how you're feeling. I know how hard it is. I know that things aren't perfect. I know that days are good, days are bad. But I also know that the journey that you can go on, like I say, if you look at our journey, in 3 weeks we've stopped breastfeeding. She does sleep so much better. She's quite happy in her bed in her sister's room. So in general, we've made huge changes. We're just really on some tweaks and a bit of natural pushback for the age thing as well. We have done it at a really bad age, by the way, at the age where they are really starting to push and test those boundaries. It's great fun. What a stupid time to do it, but hey, that's just the life, isn't it? That's just circumstances. But yeah, if you do need help, you know where you can find me, babytosleep.co.uk, or drop me an email, nicole@babytosleep.co.uk, and I'll help you on your journey. And every Monday night on Facebook, you can join me and ask me any questions between 8 and 9. Same on Instagram as well, but I can reply better over on Facebook. But you can find me on Instagram, baby_2_sleep. I hope you found this useful. Let me know as well, have you been through a situation where you just kind of sit there and go, I wish I hadn't? You know, tell me, because you're not on your own. I promise you're not on your own. We all have good days, bad days, and I'm naturally a highly strong person, which makes it harder, I think, anyway, because I naturally have very little patience. Yeah, so I thought I'd done well till yesterday. But yeah, share your stories with me. Tell me, so I know that I'm not on my own, because I know you're not. But yeah, let me know. Right, I'll update you in a couple of days and let you know how things are going. See you later. Bye.